Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fantasy NBA Today, a sports ethos presentation brought to you by our great partners at FanDuel. My name is Aaron Bruski, and with me is the great Tim Woodson. Today, we're going
Oh
to
my
get you
God.
guys the intel for an 11-game Friday night, and we'll look back at last night's game with the Clippers and Suns. We'll get you some must-add players here. We'll talk about the drop zone or drop talk or whatever it is we're calling that. We'll bring some players that we want to kind of focus on and yap about, and then we'll give you top two streamers, but there's like 500 streamers tonight. So we'll just go deep in tonight's action. But Tim, thank you, sir. I've been listening and watching and enjoying and the sultry tones of your voice. And here we are finally together on a
I
show.
know.
How you
Oh, you're
doing
too
there?
kind. You're
You're
too
too
kind.
kind. No, you're too kind.
No, it's an honor to be here with you, Mr. Brew. I
Did
have
you see what
gotten the
he did?
chance to see and learn from you over the. Why is he muting you?
It's
Oh my! I
already
just can't. I
a
can't.
mute.
I
It's
gotta
a
keep
mutiny.
focused.
He's
Gotta keep focused. Gotta
muting
keep
me.
focused.
Sorry. How are you? How are you, Tim?
I'm sorry.
Andre
I'm
top
doing
player.
absolutely great on this lovely Friday. I'm excited to talk about some fantasy basketball. We got a huge slate today, and loving the day, man. This is a good day. If any day I get to talk to Brew, I'm happy. So
Hey, well, thank you so much. You're down in LA, right?
yeah. I'm not too far. Not
Is
too
the
far.
weather bad down there?
No, it's like super sunny out. It looks absolutely amazing. There's a little fog, but like okay,
Oh man, it
nothing
is
crazy.
brutal up here. Well, enough about the weather. Enough about the weather. I was just curious about how it was down there. Okay, let's get into it here. We got a lot to cover. Last night, one basketball game of great importance for me because I've got Colin Gillespie on the mind, but I'll
Mm,
save that for the drop zone because
mm,
everybody's wondering about that one. But what
yeah.
did you like last night in the one basketball game that we all got to watch together?
I personally, I got a chance to see this game, thankfully. Um, More so for the Phoenix side, I am so happy that Grayson Allen started because I have him in a couple leagues, and I was a little nervous, just a little bit. But I think Phoenix likes to run 3 guard lineups, and I think that might just be the thing. So
Mm.
I am very happy that he is still being able to stick on my teams. Happy about that one.
Yeah, I was went big on Grayson Allen last year, as everybody famously knows. He didn't perform last year, but it's the post hype year, and he's just great.
Hmm.
And it just feels like it's going to last as long as he can stay healthy. And before I get into anything that you might want to talk about, what else caught your eye from last night's game? Were there any other players? And it's hard to grab must adds out of one game, but like, what else did you see out there?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about this later. I'll just give like a quick mention, but uh a little nervous for John Collins, man, and Bradley Beal. Oh, oh, that one hurt. I think I drafted him in a couple leagues, and I think it's time. I think it's time to say he's cooked, man. He might be washed.
He might be. It's
He might be
sad.
washed.
He caught some
Yeah.
booze. He got the hate last night.
Oh yeah,
Bradley
they
Beal.
they gotta hate him in Phoenix. Oh yeah.
Uh, I, I'm not okay with that. Like I thought Bradley Beal
Mhm.
did like everything he could to
Yeah.
to hold up his end of the bargain. He played through. He's kind of stupidly played through injuries when he should have just rested. But he's just a gamer, and he's like, I'm gonna go do that, and then snapped. And he had bad luck injuries. I remember somebody, I forget who, got under his foot on a jumper, and that was like people like blaming him for it. He's an injury prone player. It's like, no, the dude stuck his foot underneath him and snapped his ankle. But what about John Collins? Let's go there because that's a really big topic. I think a lot of people had high hopes for John Collins. I had apparently high hopes because as always, he's higher in my ranks than everywhere else. And so for like the fifth straight year, John Collins is on my teams. But what are you thinking there? Is this he had 13 points, 4 boards, 1 steal, 1 block in 23 minutes last night. How patient are you going to be with him?
That's a good question. I mean, the biggest thing to me is we had no Kawhi, we had no James Harden, and John Collins isn't starting when he's probably your next best offensive option on the team. Yeah, a little peculiar to me. So I'm thinking, why should he not get 30 minutes? I mean, yeah, it's exactly why you said you're high on him. I understand why you're high on him. I mean, he could be top 70 easy. I mean, percentages, rebounds, points, get you a steal and a block. He get you a 3 when he wants to, and he's not going to hurt you in the turnover category. But it doesn't seem like they want to prioritize him over there. That's not the thing. And it's sad because you go and get John Collins, I'm thinking, oh yeah, he's a ripe like 28 years old. He's technically the youngin on the team, given the base of like him and Zubac, I think are the youngest people. Given the rest of the team, you think you run him out because he's got the energy, and nope, he's still not starting. They're prioritizing Derek Jones over him in that slot. Which I mean, I get it makes sense with the starters because he's a very low usage guy, but the high usage guys aren't there. So why isn't John Collins getting his run? As far as patience, man, I mean, he's on the cusp for me. You can wait it out a couple more games. I don't know, man. I'm just like, I love Kawhi, but like one wrong step and the knee is, mush. So like maybe something could fall in his favor. I mean, I'm not banking on the injury for Zoo. Zoo's a pretty healthy guy, but yeah, maybe give it another week or two. It's still early in the season. You never know. And then you don't want to be that guy that drops too early and then he goes on like a top 50 running. You're just like, why? Why did I leave it go? Why did I do that? So if you can, be patient, but it's tough, man. It's tough out here for him.
Yeah, it is tough. I'll try to play devil's advocate on some of this stuff here. And I guess my best angle with that is they don't want to upset the rotation just as a principle. Like, not, hey, these two guys are gone. We're going to let you finally get some touches and let you kind of run around and do things. Now it's like we just don't want to upset the rotation and keep everything the same. And instead, we got 18 minutes from Nick Batum of nothing. Chris Dunn got 24 minutes. Kind of a Chris Dunn normal line with 9 points, 6 assists, and a steal. Then you get the Bradley Beal 2 for 14.
Ooh.
Whoo, man.
My chest, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate to say it, but I do think he's cooked. And it's a really interesting thing. His agent was running around the media circuit over the summer and saying he was going to start. He was like getting starters minutes and all the different things. And in reality, he looks slow out there. Like he's in today's game of kind of freakish athletes all over the place, and him being one of those guys, 5-10 years ago, he just looks slow. So you got 28 minutes out of Bogdan Bogdanovic, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists there. Any interest in Bogdan Bogdanovic right now?
Yeah, I like Bogdan a lot. I mean, I know he's a legend in the Eurobasket leagues, but my biggest worry with him is that he looked like he was just rusty and out of it, but he looks like he's working himself back into shape. If he can stick that role, yeah, I'd grab him more. So I think I'd feel more comfortable about 14 teamer, maybe stream when we don't have, the main usage guys there. Especially, I mean, he's getting more minutes than John Collins and Bradley Beal right now. So I'd keep an eye on it. Like I said, 12 team leagues, maybe not. I'm like jumping on that, but like 14 teams or deeper, yeah, I think you can grab him. He looks like he's serviceable. It looks like he's back in shape, playing like Bogdanovic.
That's the key question, right? Like if his knee is okay and then his everything's in shape, but he's doing fine. There's not many players that have his cold-blooded kind of instinct to go out there and just get it done in big moments. And so I'm wondering, I think in this situation, I'm with you. It's streamer or deeper leagues, and maybe getting a chance on some of that upside. But let's circle back to John Collins here. What's the verdict? You're in a 12-team league. Let's say it's head-to-head. Let's say top 125 is kind of playing in your league, and nothing kind of beneath that. Do you hold John Collins?
You have me double checking. I want to see where he is right now. Oh my God, he's outside the top 200. That's crazy. Oh, top 125. There, I don't think I am. If it's top 125 playing, I don't think I could hold there.
It's tough, right? Like,
yeah, that's tough.
He's going to be maybe a top 100 guy. as the season goes on. And what you really needed to see out of John Collins was him survive in the fully healthy version of the Los Angeles Clippers, because we kind of all hope that something opens up for him somehow. And it just hasn't been the case. 71.4% from the foul line, dragging him down a little bit. Normally better than that. 1.5 defensive stats. But really, it's just the low numbers across the board. It's 12.5 points, 5 boards, 1 steal, half a block, 55% shooting from the foul line. And really, the 2.6 turnovers, not very John Collins like there as well. So, I mean, there's some hope, like the foul shooting gets normalized, the turnovers get normalized, and he's maybe a top 150 guy at this rate, but he needs to do a lot more. You're probably a drop. I'm taking it. I'll probably hold here because I just think he's like the missing piece, or not the missing piece, but he's like the key for this team. I think maybe it's the opponents. I'd have to do a deep dive into the Clippers to kind of figure this out, but like they have 2 big bigs. You know, they've got Brook Lopez and Ivica Zubac. They've got that part of the game covered. The next part of the game is the versatile, big men that are out there, the Chet Holmgrens of the league, where you have to be able to get out to the perimeter and then get back to the bucket. John Collins is that. And maybe Los Angeles hasn't had that pressure on them just yet. But at some point in time, it feels like John Collins is going to get better here. Maybe it's that which we're looking at as maybe you do need to add John Collins if he gets dropped, because this 8-game sample is just not John Collins. But interesting stuff. Anything else you would like to cover from the Clippers Suns game? I'll get us into Colin Gillespie in the drop zone. I'll take the bullets for that. You don't have to do that, Tim. I'll do that.
Thanks. That makes me happy. I totally agree. I think the biggest thing why I was rooting for John Collins is because I know Ty Lue is a very big fan of small ball. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you run him at the 5? That would be a great idea. Running some John Collins? Yeah, man. I mean, that'd be superb. He would absolutely kill it if he had the chance to run the 5 in a small lineup.
I got one thing for you we haven't covered yet. Jalen Green returned, had a huge night.
Oh,
was it 29 points? I think it's 29. Yeah, 29 points, 20 shots. Booker got 22 shots. Jalen hit 6 of 13 from deep. That's nice. He was a plus 30. That's nice. The rest of the stat line, kind of normal Jalen Green stuff. But what about Jalen Green's return to the rotation, and what do you think about the surrounding players?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this one for later, but we can get into it. I like this. You're at the beginning of the Jalen Green experience, guys.
Oh,
it's like you see the map, and it's like you are here, and then you gotta go down the line to the rest just to get to the destination. Honest, I say this wholeheartedly with no bias, guys. If you can go sell Jalen Green right now, go do it. Go do it. Go get you a real top 50 player, because there's no way he is going to be chucking up 6 threes and making 6 threes a game. There's no way he's going to be shooting 50% from the field. He is not a guy that gets you 2 steals a game. None of that is real. He usually floats around 0.9 if he's lucky. So if you can, it's exciting. He did this in 23 minutes. He was hot. He had the adrenaline rush. He was happy to get on the court. It is not going to be like that every night. So if you can go sell now.
I love this. This. This is lethal. This is lethal stuff right here.
Oh yeah. I love to be honest. And I always tell people, I don't have a basketball team. I just love basketball. So I have no holds or ties to anyone. Go do it, please.
It's these little tiny micro moments that are so perfect, because if the offer came to me, I'd be salivating. Am I getting the next step of the evolution of Jalen Green? Is he going to be that guy? And is it his team? My mind's going to be racing. And of course, you look at it and you go, no, this is the wrong time to do this. This is not the time to buy Jalen Green. It is the time to sell Jalen Green. And whoever you put that decision on is going to be thinking about it. And so yeah, that's a real good one there. Anything else on the players surrounding him?
I think I'm interested to see if they keep this 3 guard lineup. I want to see how that plays out. I know we got Dylan Brooks that still has to come in, though I think he'll replace Royce. Um, I think that's interesting because it knocks Ryan Dunn to the bench, and I actually like Ryan Dunn. I was going to talk about him a little later, but we'll get into that later. We'll get
Okay.
into that.
All right. I love it. I love it. I'll tell you what, I'll save the rest of my Phoenix thoughts as well. We'll get to some quick news that's been hitting here. Where'd my notes go? We got Anthony Edwards as a go for tonight. Let's go into must adds. I guess. Oh yeah, must adds. Got it. Okay. Sorry guys. Must adds. Because it's a 1-game night. We're kind of like off of our normal schedule here. Anybody else around the league that strikes you right now as a must-add player?
Oh yeah, I think this gentleman kind of goes under the radar, and I mentioned him when I did some blurbs the other day. I think you can go at Jock Landale. I think he's very interesting. He's running like top 70 right now, and no one's really talking about it. He's nice little all around game, some rebounds, couple assists, some steals, some 3-pointers. That's a big, good field goal, good free throw. Yeah, I think you can go at him. Now, to be fair, Zach Edey's probably really close because Memphis kind of sucks with their injury reporting, and they like, oh yeah, they over exaggerate, and then they're like, okay, he's back tomorrow. So this could drop at any minute. I think this is more of a short term grab. But grabbing Jock Landale for a nice, like, solid stat line from a big man, just maybe gets you 2-3 more games if you can stream that spot, or especially if you're holding Zach Edey, you probably already have Landale. But I think he's worth it. I think he's worth the grab for some good value.
I've already done it in deeper leagues, and I'm hoping that he just kind of. I had a thing for Jock in 2-3 years ago, and he never panned out. It was in Houston, and so it's like I've seen the skill set. Like he does what he does. It's a pretty kind of straightforward game, and it just feels like somewhere it needed to play. And it feels like in Memphis it's playing, and especially with that system that everybody's talking about now, in not so great terms, like somebody who's versatile like he is can get out there and make the trains run on time, and that's something that I'm sure is valued. So the Zach Edey return, maybe they just keep playing both of them, a little bit. So that could, 22 minutes for Edey, 24 minutes for Edey, 24 minutes for Jock Landale, and if Landale keeps producing, that's a nice little find there. As I look at the board here, I'm kind of like my mind's swirling in Miami. You got Bam Adebayo day to day with a big toe issue. And what's the next shoe to drop there? Are we going to get some Nikola Jovic production? Is that a possible thing? Like he's been bad this year, really bad this year. Khalil Ware, I don't know that an injury to Bam Adebayo is going to make Spo like soften at all and give him just full run. Now it could happen and it would be great. Everybody wants that. That's going to be a good stat explosion. But will there be something out of Jovic? I'm not telling anybody to go run to the wire, but in terms of just recent news that might cause a shakeup in a box score, that's certainly on the radar. Terrence Mann probably deserves more hype than he's getting. He's just knocking on the door of the top 100 in 9 cat leagues. Yes, 0.8 turnovers is a really low number that's driving up the number there. But you're going to get 12 points, 1 triple, 3.5 boards, 3.5 assists, and 1.4 steals. This is great. I was looking at Royce O'Neal, but I want to kind of actually wait until we talk Phoenix again later in the show. Jose Alvarado.
Yeah.
This dude, he's like one of my favorite players. He got somebody with the steal thing again 2 games ago. It's just like how do you let that happen? He's going to be back there. He's going to do it. Just don't dribble.
Yeah, pure cinema.
Yeah, exactly. He's been good for something like 13 points. Let me pull up his numbers real quick. Like 13 points and like 7 assists or something, if I had to guess. It's actually much lower than that because it's a full season sample, but that's kind of what we've been seeing in recent games for him. And how do you feel about that? Like, would you, if Jose Alvarado is projected to bring back top 125 value, which is kind of where Alvarado sits when he's cooking, would you go and make a move to add him in a 12-team, 150-player league?
I would even now, because Jordan Poole's out for the next like 10 days. And I think who else? They have Fears, and they are playing Fears, but Fears' time has started to get cut because of Alvarado. Because Alvarado's actually impacting the game enough for them to win games, and they've won their last 2 when he's played, compared to sample size when he didn't play and they were kind of in a rut. I think he's absolutely worth grabbing. We know what Alvarado can do, and you said top 125. He can, if he just attacks on maybe a couple more assists and he grabs you one more steal a game, he'll fall into the top 100 like in his sleep. It's because of his like per game production is pretty solid. So
I forget the specific of the injury, but it's like a quad strain for Jordan Poole. I forget the specific medical name. People over here were excited about it. But that really opens the door. And that team is super interesting. I mean, Derek Queen, like just out there kind of getting stats. And I'm flummoxed by Derek Queen. Like I see him running and I'm like, I don't think he can run at all. Like I don't think he could defend a chair. And then he just goes out and he gets like whatever 13 points, and like 6 boards and 6 assists or something and a couple defensive stats. And it's a mild 7 to 10 games for mild left vastus lateralis. My PTs would be so proud of me. 7 to 10 days for Jordan Poole. So would you add Jose Alvarado as a 1-week add? Or would you look at this as something more? Do you think he could power through and become a guy that's consistent this season for New Orleans?
Given we only have a 2-game sample size, which I wish I had a little bit more on this one. I think he could last longer than you think he can. Eventually, they want to see how the season plays out. The only thing about the Pelicans that everyone knows, they don't have their picks. There's no tanking there.
No.
Like you run as well.
Unintentional tanking.
Yeah, it's no exactly. Like give it the good old college try and like go try and make the play in like the best you can. So they're gonna try and win. They started playing Alvarado and it started working, so he's gonna keep getting a run. And we know Alvarado can do some damage. So I would grab that, especially if you're in need of some low end guard stats, and you might just fall into some longer term value than you think you are. Still, also, I think Fears he's more of a gamble because he's a rookie and he's going to do rookie things. I think he also may deserve a spot on roster if you want to kind of flip a coin on the upside too.
The fun thing here is that they're worth about the same right now in the season, but Alvarado does it in 18 minutes and Fears is already at 25. And so I like Fears more than I did looking at the film coming out of college. I didn't think it was going to translate like in terms of like right now he's scoring 13 a game, like 44% shooting. That's great, for him at this stage in this team and all of that. Let's see what we look at here for the last week for these guys. Alvarado 110, top 110, just a half a turnover in 4 games. So that's driving this number up. In 9-cat leagues as a ball handler, that number is definitely going to go up a lot. But all the normal stats there, he's getting you over 2 threes a game, 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 52% shooting right now. That'll come back as well. But if he gets 25 minutes a game, he's golden. Fears Queen, very nice. And somebody else that I wanted to bring up, but I'm not remembering off the top of my head. Sadiq Bey.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. What's your read on Bey? Because this he's like got a career of making it happen when people don't think it's going to happen. Do you think it's going to happen?
I know. That's really what I was saying. I had him in a dynasty league. I took over a team. It's I think it's in Cam's league, and I was like, Sadiq Bey, why am I rostering him? And I dropped him, and then he goes and puts up like 22 and 9 with like 5 triples, and I'm like, oh my god, I should have kept Sadiq Bey. If he's healthy, he's gonna play. Like usually he's around like 42% from the field. Sometimes he'll chuck and he'll miss. But then we also forget, like, he's got a 50-point game under his belt. Like, it's very possible. And if he's getting the minutes, he might just, drop 25, 30 on a random night. Do I think it's something you want to bank on? No, but like if they have him in a starting lineup, opportunity is like the biggest thing you look for. So
he's on a heater right now. He's hit
56%
from the field over his last 4 games. And the scoring is kind of down in this sample, but he's had those big games like you mentioned. And then the Zion question just sort of looms over this team. If he's out there, it sucks up all the life out of the box score and everything kind of revolves around him. Man. If his, like, say New Orleans is officially done with him and vice versa, like that dude gets an injury and he's sitting like the rest of the season, whatever length of time. And then that's when I think New Orleans and Sadiq Bey and Jose Alvarado and, even like Jordan Poole gets healthy, comes back, and Trey and Herb, and just like everybody just starts getting their best versions of themselves out there. Derek Queen and like if Queen is going to get minutes, if he can stay on the floor, I feel like he's going to be a fantasy guy. And it's a little dicey. It's a lot dicey. I haven't been mixed on a player like this in a while. But he's somebody that could just be an absolute killer in March and April. Okay, cool. We just kind of spun around the league here. Let's get back to drop talk. I'll cover the Colin Gillespie stuff, but what about you? Is there anything from last night, or even we could have expanded to the league at large, that you would like to go through for drop talk?
As far as those games, I mean, we mentioned the 2 that I had, Bradley Beal. It's time to hang the jersey up, man. Like I said, I'm a little nervous on John Collins. I don't think you drop him right away, but I don't think it's looking good. And you made good points as why not to drop him. I want to take it to Washington, to DC. I don't think you need to hold Bilal, as you just got hurt. I also don't think you need to hold CJ McCollum.
I'm watching CJ tonight.
Oh my God, it's bad.
Is he? I kind of didn't focus so much on CJ in my Washington film work. Okay. Is he slow?
He is. And he's not only slow, he's selling hard for them. Like he is selling the games. When they need him to be CJ McCollum, he doesn't have it anymore. I don't think that's someone you need to hold. Like I mean, they get it, he's an older gentleman. He's more on the politics side of things now. That's okay. We like that. We appreciate, you're just changing your field. I don't think you need to hold CJ McCollum. I think you could find someone, like if you want to take someone that has a little bit of per game value, I would maybe go grab a Jose Alvarado over a CJ McCollum. And you can get more out of it.
I love that. That's aggressive. And so he was 1 for 10 in his last game. I'm watching him specifically for all of your reasons, because there's not a game that speaks to, I got to get a big number tonight. I gotta make like 10 shots tonight to make up for my 1 for 10. And I bet everybody in the locker room knows that as well. So it's like, if it doesn't happen, if it happens tonight, it almost doesn't matter because it's supposed to happen. If it doesn't happen tonight, that's it. Like, I think it's all locked in stone. And then I'm watching, when's the pivot in Washington? When are they going to start, say goodbye to the vets? Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure both will go to the Hall of Fame, or CJ's kind of iffy. I don't know. It's probably an interesting topic right there. Yeah. Chris for sure. CJ, I'm not sure, but he's got all those contacts, so he probably gets in that way, huh?
Yeah. See, the politics. Politics.
He's been doing it for a while. He used to send one of our guys over at RotoWorld direct messages. It just right when he was a rookie, like, "Hey man, how's it going? I'm playing well, ain't I?"
Networking. Look at him.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's reset. Drop talk. All right. Colin Gillespie had 1 point last night. So I got a message from Doc last night. Last night I got to hang out with some friends and pretend I was young and could hang with them.
Ooh, okay.
So I looked down at my phone and he says something like, Colin Gillespie might be in trouble. And I'm like, oh damn, like 10 minutes, zeros across the board. And then I came back and I was pleasantly surprised. He had 5 points, or probably 5 rebounds. Let's see, 5
like
rebounds, 7
dimes.
assists.
Yeah,
this is 7 times. He had 25 minutes. So I told folks yesterday that I was at a 3 or 4 on a 1 to 10 of concern about Gillespie, but that this week could get really bad, maybe even 2 weeks. And we still got Dylan Brooks that's got to come back, and that's going to be a tough 2 weeks, I think, because Brooks likes to get himself some shots up, and I'm happy that the assists were there. And actually, I wasn't able to watch the game closely last night, so I'm going to cue this thing up and watch it later today, and just see how much of the offense revolved around Gillespie. 7 assists, you don't just kind of get those. Was he running pick and roll every single time down the floor and just not getting shots, because of the other players involved? Did he just decide, like, today I'm a passer, I'm only going to pass? He's been a top 60 guy this season, and that is it's not something you want to throw away lightly. I'm not going to advise a drop right now. I know a lot of people are going to advise a drop, and that's fair. I mean, you want to get ahead of the action, get ahead of the action. I believe in Colin Gillespie, the player. I believe in Colin Gillespie, the stat set. He got, what was it, the 1 steal last night? He's getting you defensive stats, with some regularity these days. So I'm not going to drop Colin Gillespie. Are you going to drop Colin Gillespie?
Good question. I don't think I am either. I mean, if you were still able to get 7 assists for me in 25 minutes, he only took 5 shots, so he didn't have a big shot diet. I get it. I mean, you had Jalen Green doing his thing and his debut, like I said, the adrenaline rush. Shots had to go somewhere, but like it's hard to find a guard with that type of stat set who can actually ball, like he can really ball in real life and do his thing. So no, I have him in a league that it's a 12-team league, but it's a little bit of a deeper bench. I'm gonna hold. I just want to see how it plays out. I gotta see what happens before I.
Sometimes it's as simple as that, right? Like, you just gotta see
patience.
You just gotta see what happens. And this team, Green is an 82 game guy, so you don't look at him for injury. But Devin Booker is a guy that plays 60 games a year, typically, in that ballpark. That's maybe going to happen. I mean, Phoenix, if they lose games, though, I think that they'll probably win more than people think. They'll probably be in the play-in deep into March or April. But if things go south, that's another angle right there. And Grayson Allen's been a guy that struggled to stay on the floor. So those 2 guys, Royce O'Neal, I'll pause on that and say, we'll talk about that when we touch base on Phoenix again later in the show. So anyway, for all those reasons, I'm a hold on Colin Gillespie. Let's get into our guys of the night, because we got a lot of streaming talk to get through here. What would you like to talk about, sir? Who are your players of the night?
Oh yeah, we already talked about Jalen Green. I told you guys to sell. Please go sell Jalen Green. Go do it. It's a shiny new toy who just got his health back. Everyone's looking like, ooh, look at the score. Look what he did. He shot 6 threes. He got 2 steals. This is the new era of Jalen Green. I already see it on Twitter. Oh, Houston lost the trade. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Look at what we got. We got the next. No. Go sell. Go sell, guys. Will he be better? He could be better. There could be this general progression as a player, but he's not this. So if you can go get that shiny, he looks like he's sitting right there like top 30 right now. You can go get you somebody.
Go send the Wingstop ad to that other GM. Hey, he's in commercials.
Yeah. Hey, man, look, he's looking good, man.
His agent's good. Whoever his agent is,
he is. Yeah, he is everywhere, and I'm like, he is not that good.
It's like, how did you get all those ads, dude? It's a draft.
You say it's a networking, the CJ McCollum sending the DMs. It works. But yeah, if you can, of course, go sell there. Also from that game, I just quick shout out to Grayson Allen, who's like top 60, and he's just I think his steals are a little high, just a little bit. But everything else is like right up his alley, and I am very happy. It's the post hype, like you said, it's the post fall down actually. Like, oh, everyone's down on him, then you go grab him, and then they start balling out. So good shout out to him. I think lastly too, I hate to call this a little bit of a sell, Just like in general talks, because I'm a big Scotty Barnes guy, but I think you gotta go. I think you gotta go try and sell high on Scotty Barnes too, and that's tough to say because Scotty Barnes is actually balling right now, like 21, 7, and 5 with like 1.5 each in defensive stats, like combined defensive stats.
6 last night. Yeah, 6 defensive stats, or in his last game. Pardon me.
Yeah. You're like what, 4 blocks and 2 steals?
Or
Yeah.
you got flip that 4 steals, 2 blocks.
4 steals, 2 block. Do I think that's possible? I do. The thing is, he's shooting 48% from 3, and not even I'm sorry, not even prime Steph Curry is shooting 48% consistently from 3. I always do that compare. I'm like, can Steph Curry shoot this? Probably not. So you can't expect Scotty to shoot it. Is he better than he was last year? Absolutely. I think he will be in that top 25 range when it's all said and done for the year. But right now he's like 10. So this is a prime time to cash in while you can.
Saw a great stat on him. His time per touch was like, I think 4 or 5 seconds, maybe 4 seconds in a couple years ago, 4 years ago. And this year it's down to like 2.3 or 2.4. So he's doing all this. It's like the game is speeding up for him.
Yeah, that's good.
But the shooting numbers are way too rich. And the Toronto, whenever they make a trade for RJ Barrett, is going to change dynamic at some point. And it'll be just interesting to see, is it a Scotty Barnes dynamic, or is like the new player that they bring in that matches that salary? Is that going to be, somebody with some gravity? You already got Brandon Ingram out there with gravity. Emmanuel Quickly is the guy that's taking the hit. And that's a guy who's going to probably be a buy low all season. For the first half of the season, we'll be talking about him as a buy low. So some wisdom can be questioned with that. Let me get into my 2 guys tonight. Before I do, I want to say hello to all of our new listeners and thank you for joining the show. Please check out our website, sportsethos.com. Grab a membership if you're into fantasy basketball and get some of the best projections that you can find anywhere. We have an app that's free. Check that out. And for our longtime listeners and viewers and visitors, see if you notice anything cool about the blurb feed. I'll just leave it at that. It's tight. I love it. My guys of the day / night / millennia. I want to see Paolo Banchero share the basketball. I want to see him hand the ball to a teammate and say, "Here you go, buddy. It's yours." That was a real Kevin Chouinard, who's a Hawks beat multimedia person. Great follow. Has a good, I think it was Onyeka Okongwu at media earlier today or yesterday. I don't know when. So he was the one that probably Desmond Bain threw the ball at after fouling him on the fast break.
Oh, yes.
And getting ejected. And then looking like the character from Fresh Prince that plays basketball against Will Smith. He looked exactly like him again. And then, but he's pissed. He's getting thrown out of the game, right? And then Onyeka says in this media availability, says, yeah, he's probably just pissed because Paolo and Franz are taking all the shots. It's like everybody's talking about it. This is as buy low gets, guys. I have a question though. Can Paolo actually share the ball? That's my question. And Franz, he's in on it too. But Paolo's the worst offender. I guess the question for the buy low of Desmond Bain is, do you think Paolo can do this? Because it feels like it's on him at this point.
It's funny. I've been seeing Paolo being compared to Josh Smith, and they said he's just the new age Josh Smith, and I think it's hilarious. Like
that's a fun one.
Man, it's for him being so young. Yes, there's time to improve, and there's time to learn how to share the ball. He's like what, 23, I think, or
maybe
22. Yeah, right. Like there's a chance for him to do this, and I think there's always, like, when the player joins a new team, they have to get acclimated. and then they find a rhythm, and you might not see it, to be honest, and which is hard. I get it. Like Bain looks awful. Bain's like not in the top 150 awful. But it may take until January. It may even take till February. Like,
Don't tell me that, Tim. Don't tell me that.
I know. Like we saw it last year, like with like Julius Randle trying to figure it out. And then when the year got on, then he started getting the high assist numbers and meshing with the team, better chemistry with Rudy Gobert. So it just takes time. I absolutely agree. Desmond Bane's probably like the biggest buy low in fantasy right now because he's like averaging like 9 points and like 3 rebounds. There's no way. And I think he will. Like, I think Paolo will be able to figure it out. They just got to know, like, you two can't play hero ball. Like, that's not how it works. You have shooters. You got people that actually can shoot, which is what you need around you. You need a guy that can shoot. And Jalen Suggs can shoot. Like, we saw it last year. So I think it's just being a young man and being hard-headed and thinking he has to do everything to win. And I think Coach Jamal Mosley can break that barrier with him.
That's the key element. Thank you very much, because Jamal Mosley's catching heat right now, and this would be a lot less weighty if they didn't place the entire future of the franchise on Desmond Bane's shoulders. So, because this kind of thing happens all the time. New players sign you to a deal. You come in and you're not performing, and we need to like get you the ball, and people be like, hey, I don't know, I don't really care. I want to get mine. And this guy's not going to get. He's not going to get his. And Paolo's like, this is how I play, dude. Take it or leave it. I'm the man. But then there's this equal weight on the other side where the franchise can actually go to Paolo and say, no, dude, this is your future. Like, you have to change. You have to change. And Jamal Mosley is a great basketball coach. And he will, like you said, get in there and make that happen. But it's going to be old habits die hard for these guys. They just got to find a way to unlock it. And it's not that hard. It's just get him the damn ball and get out of the way. But we'll see how that goes. I'm thrilled. Send us your buy lows that you've been able to get for Desmond Bane. Sell it, or tell us what you did. Did you just sell low because you're like, I got to get something for this guy and I'm not in? Or did you actually get in there and get a buy low? I want to see these buy lows out there. Send them to Ethos Fantasy NBA. I want to just quickly, since we're going to run out of time here, I want to just shout out the Reed Shepherd slowdown as well.
Man,
I will always tell you guys when I have a big miss, and I'm not ready to declare him dead or anything. He had a decent little game last night, or whenever they played last. They get Wemby tonight, and Wemby has had a couple bad games in a row, so it should be interesting to see what Wemby does in a big time matchup against Houston, and a bunch of bruising centers that can get into him and really kind of test his lower body strength if he's gonna show off some of the Bruce Lee stuff that he accomplished over the summer, hanging out with monks. That guy lives the life.
Legendary,
love it.
Man. Legendary.
He's already a legend. Like, even if he did get bad news, it was over, we'd be talking about him for the rest of our lives. So I'm going to hold on Reed Shepherd. Obviously, I think he's got top 75 potential if things break right for him. Obviously, nothing's breaking right for him right now. And he's fighting for his life on fantasy teams. I would even advocate a pickup if he gets dropped, because at some point in time, somebody's got to get hurt in this bunch, and they've got to look at this as a priority at some point. I just don't think right now he's a priority to figure out if you're Houston. So maybe like 3 weeks from now, they'll start, oh yeah, Reed Shepherd's still on the team. Yeah, 3rd overall pick. Yeah, maybe we ought to play this guy. Maybe. We'll see. Let's get into our streamer talk. Do you have a couple streamers that you like above and beyond the rest?
Yeah. You definitely should be. I think some people held on. You definitely should be streaming Gafford right now, because
oh my God,
it's Daniel Gafford, and it's just permanent madness.
Talk about going from 0 to 1 million.
Yeah.
Like, this guy couldn't get on the floor, and they're like, okay, you two are hurt. You get in. You give first round value.
Yeah, go. If he's probably not floating around, but if he is, you go grab him. I think you also can give a shot to Pods, Pajimski, and Moses Moody because there's no Steph. He's actually sick. I'm hoping he's all right. But I mean, we saw Moses Moody go ballistic. Do I think that's going to happen again? No.
2 games.
2 games. Yeah,
2
ballistic.
games.
Absolutely just bananas. Do I think it's going to happen again? Maybe, but like it's worth it. It's worth a shot. He's out. Why not?
Well, Sacramento, by the way, or pardon me, it's not Sacramento. I got Sacramento on the brain. I'm so sorry. It's not Sacramento.
Oh, are we there?
They did it. They did it. They did it already. They already did it. I mentioned I had fun last night.
Yeah, you should grab those 2. I think they're both doing well. We had a good game for Pods too. He had like 14.99. That's great. That's what you want from Pods. Good rebounds, assists, steals, all that. And lastly, the whole Pelicans conundrum that's happening. You can go grab some Pelican guys. We already talked about them earlier. But they look, dare I say it? I talked to Keston a lot. Shout out Keston. I shout him out every show. But I was like, hey man, I gotta start pushing these Zion agendas, man. He made the team look worse. They look better without him. So just pushing an agenda. They kind of look better without Zion.
Telling
you might be able to grab a couple of those guys and get some value from them.
I don't know. There's so many examples in history of players that are super good, just dominant forces, but they can't make the players around them better.
Yep.
I feel like that's a big conversation we're having right here with some of these guys. Who else you got?
Thinking for tonight. Do I have anybody else that I had on the top of my mind? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and I'm just kind of watching this team. I'm very frustrated with them, the Pacers. I don't know what's happening. It could be like Ben Shepherd if he decides to play. It could be Ray J. Dennis. It could be none of them. It could be Ijax. You know,
I shouted Ray J out the other day. He got 6 minutes.
Yeah. Like you don't know. I think those are more like those 2 are more riskier. I think you can kind of play Ijax. I'm kind of in on Ijax again. Isaiah Jackson, I think he has a chance to kind of get his feet under him. He's looking a lot better. He's playing a lot better.
You almost want to target the guys that did bad the previous night.
You do. Yeah, it's like a switch. It's reverse psychology.
Like, don't chase.
Don't
embrace.
Chase. You never chase. Oh, saying chasing, you can go grab Isaiah Stewart again because he had a middling game last time, and there's no Tobias Harris.
That is wonderful. Isaiah Stewart. I've been like anti-beef stew for years, and then he just like got into this nice little role that he blocks shots, and now he's like, no, I do it all, dude. I do it all. And you're like, okay, all right, beef stew at the party. I love it. All right, let me see what I got over here. The ones that stand out. We talked about Jock Landale a little bit. I think that's a pretty safe bet, though. He might get handled by our friend in Dallas that we were just talking about. Big man. Gafford, thank you very much. Brady, you're back on.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, Gafford might be able to handle him. Maybe.
There's a lot of kind of you look at Utah, right? Utah's got a ton of potential streamers, and the best one might be Svi Mikhailiuk.
Right. Like people.
Just great. That's awesome. Charlotte, LaMelo Ball questionable. So you got a couple, I think it's Sion James. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I think I've heard Sion more.
Sion, yeah. I want to say Sion, but it's Sion James. And man, he's got freaking boulders for shoulders. He is a athletic dude. He is, if he develops, that's going to be fun.
Be good.
Yeah. Con Knipple, Moussa Diabate are players that probably could be available for you. And then you have on the other side, more streaming stuff with Bam out. Fontecchio has been sort of the best of the bunch. Drew Smith quietly right behind him with really quiet numbers, but they all pan out. Davion Mitchell, Pell Larson, and Jovic. So in that game alone, you probably got 8 or 9 streamers that you could be looking at there. Isaiah Joe against Sacramento.
Yeah, he's hot right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I believe Aaron Wiggins is out, or as my dictation software created, Karen Wiggins is out. Sabonis questionable, and I mean, I would hope Sabonis plays if I'm streaming Isaiah Joe, because Isaiah Joe can just take a screen and step in, and Domas with his core injury is not going out to the 3-point line to defend that. I'm sorry, that just won't happen. So it could be a high scoring game. And I actually, believe it or not, on FanDuel, I got to grab those odds real quick. I like Sacramento tonight. I believe they're plus 11, minus 110 over at FanDuel. These guys, the Kings, have made a career out of, or a franchise a history of winning games that they're not supposed to even be in at all. And Oklahoma City could easily take the night off. And that's a lot of points to get at home with Sacramento hungry. Zach LaVine will be back in this game. And I believe that Doug Christie is definitely smart enough to figure this out. But putting Keon on Shea is going to be one of the toughest matchups Shea sees all season.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, you just why it'd be crazy for them not to. Now they do this all the time in Sacramento, so beware. But Doug is an old school matchups guy, and if he had the authority from the bosses, Vivek, etc., he would play Keon, 25, 26, 27 minutes a night. Right now, that's just not going to happen because reasons. Who else you like for a streamer?
I'm going to go through my list. Big fan of. Oh no, they don't play. They play tomorrow. I know that some people may have dropped Kelly Ware, but I think he's the one that gets the nod. I really do, because we saw a boost in minutes. He got 27. He plays directly behind Bam now because he does not like, or Coach Spoelstra doesn't want to run them out together on the floor. And I mean, we know what Ware can do per minute. It's nasty. Like, it's really good. I held on to him on the deeper league just because like I have the space on the bench. But yeah, if he's still there, you go grab him right now. Even if it's 2 games, like 2 games of Ware can be like 15 and 11 with 2 blocks and 3 threes.
Sorry to jump on you there, but I'm kind of worried about Bam. I mean, yeah, this is day to day, so he's avoided serious injury, but he's a big dude, and big men and feet and toes and all that. It's not great, Bob. Not great. So yeah. Anyway, I stepped on you. What else you got there for Khalil Ware or anybody else that you want to talk about?
No, you're absolutely right on the Bam thing. I knock on wood for him, but hope that's okay. But absolutely, you got to grab Ware in the place. I think he'll be absolutely fantastic for you. I don't think we should give up on Josh Minot just yet. Yet. Yeah, no, I think you should keep holding Josh Minot. I know some people
are hot mess.
Yeah, he's still starting. Like, I know he looked good. It's the Wizards. I get it. It's the Wizards. I always keep that in context. But I think he can still give you some good value. He's still sitting around like top 90 range. So don't give up on him. If he was dropped, go grab him immediately.
Yep. Yeah. If you have more, feel free. I'll give you some space after this, but I'll just rattle off a few. Ron Holland's kind of taking my heart right now. And when I saw Ron Holland's film last year from I believe he was, I don't know if he was a G League or a college guy. I saw it and I was like, oh no, that guy can't play in the NBA. And like next year, maybe future years, sure. But he was just he's kicking the ball around the yard. He had no feel, it felt like, for the game. And then he played really well last year. Early it was bad, but like second and final thirds of the season, like he was a baller and a part of their identity. And even like, I think that big fight that cost me my Coach of the Year victory for JB Bickerstaff, I think he was like central to that. I was like, damn you, Ron, damn you, because they lost that. They were winning that game, and as Minnesota, I believe they were winning. And then if they had won and JB gotten thrown out, that might have been the thing that pushed him over the edge. But they lost, and I was like, I think that's the day that dream died. I was going to win $26,000, Tim, on that, because I bet 500. Yeah, I think it was 500. I bet the Pistons over because I was so confident that they were going to just smash that win total.
Oh yeah, they
and
did.
And they crushed it. So it was like a free run at a big coach of the year bet. And I was like, if they get in the top 4, how could they have to give it to JB? And then Kenny Atkinson like had that thing tied up in like November. Pretty sure he was DMing media, getting his name in there. But yeah, no, Ron Holland, like, so he's already a top 125 guy right now in low minutes, and Brooklyn, this could be a breakout game for him. You know, if they let the bench go, if it's just a kind of up and down affair, Ron Holland might have a little mini breakout. But I think there's like long-term staying power here for him this season. And I think we'll enjoy that. Zach Rieseshay at home against the Raps. He's been a little quiet. He had a minute cap in his last one of some type. It was either injury or coach. Not quite sure, but Quinn Snyder refused to say what it was. Somebody asked him, and he said, "I'm just gonna stare at you, not answer your question." That tells me it's injury. By the way, they don't like to highlight injuries very much. You know, and the NBA is going to have to deal with that. All the Utah guys, Kyle Filipowski, total dud in the post news of Walker Kessler being out. I think that he dropped like a rock. I think he was dropped a lot of leagues. He's done nothing this season. I'm speculating about an injury because he didn't play in the first few preseason games. We don't know, but it's like he, Hendricks, Clayton, Bailey, they're all behind Svi Mikhailiuk.
Yeah, they all are.
Like Svi's the guy. All these other dudes, you know, Filipowski was like the guy in August, you know, so that's fun. Gary Trent and AJ Green are kind of by the book plays against the Bulls tonight. We talked Charlotte and Devontis being questionable. You might see Nick Clifford a little bit more in this game here. He might have a quiet game. I'm not too high on it, but you know, it's kind of out of nowhere. Keon might get the run tonight if you're looking for steals and threes. Keon, and then the Denver game, the nightcap with Curry out and Butler questionable. So you mentioned Moses Moody. He's just killing it right now. But Will Richard.
Oh, yeah.
He had a big game in the last one. They love him
30
in Golden State. And there's not long-term value here because of all the obvious reasons. But, you know, one gamer, it's going to be a tough environment, though. Denver.
Altitude.
Who knows how many of those dudes are sick, by the way. Steph, and the last game he played, he sounded as sick as anybody I've ever seen in my life. He had nothing, no oxygen going through the nose at all. Let me know if you got any more streamers, Tim. Otherwise, what are you watching tonight?
I'll give you 2 more. I think at deeper leagues, you might better get a little out of Tristan da Silva. He's been shooting it up a little bit over there for the Magic. I think that's another guy. And if you ever in need of some blocks, don't be afraid to look at Peyton Watson. I'm always impressed when he can put up some nice per minute production. I think those are only 2 I can think off the top of my head. You got all of them, man.
Dude. Well, I think we got all of them. We've got 11 games down, a big night. I'm gonna just pull up a chair, watch basketball all night. It's gonna be wonderful. And before I say what I'm watching, what are you watching tonight?
Yeah. I want to watch Minnesota. I'm a little worried about it. I just want to make sure because they have a back-to-back coming up, and he's going to play this game. It's Utah. It should be easier than most. I don't think Utah's going to be trying as hard as they are now that Kessler's out. So I just want to see how he's doing, if he's able to catch the flow. He looked kind of little off in his last one. I'm all in and now watching the Pelicans because I'm a believer that this team is better without Zion. I am all in. I will be tuned into that game to see how that plays out. So just want to see how they keep vibing as a team. Trey Murphy's still a buy low. It's like very on the edge now because all the other stats are coming in, but once the shot comes in, it's over. It is over. He is flying through the roof. So very interesting to see how that plays out as well. Big Wizards guy too. I like to watch all the bad teams because I'm always interested in how the teams are developing. Sar killed it last game. He looked like a monster.
He's been a top 20 this year.
Yeah,
Sar.
like what happened? I didn't see that coming.
I know he had a big game against Joel Embiid that pumped the numbers up big, but there's also however many other games that he's been great in. So good job, man.
Yeah,
Good job.
exactly. I know this guy's on the B150. A big shout out to the B150. But I'm a big Keyshawn George truther too, man.
Yes.
So just keeping an eye on my guy to make sure he's good, and make sure he's doing well. And I'm always interested to see how the Hawks play without Trey. See how that ball is moving. Of course, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, his role with the team. So
well, look, Dyson Daniels. You talked about the biggest buy. It was funny. You said the biggest buy low was Desmond Bane, but like right behind him
was Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, and if not for the last game, you could have argued either one, like which one you should go for. And now you get a shot. So better. Like today, you should probably, as you're watching the show, go flip an offer for Dyson Daniels. See if you can get something. Like throw the proverbial top 75 guy at him, the big name. Throw Zion out there. See if they play.
Yes. Go trade Zion, please. Guys, you don't have to do this to yourself. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer.
I'd be so irritated if somebody sent me that trade. Zion for I don't ever respond. Okay. Anything else that you're watching?
I think those are the big ones that I'm excited to see. Wish I could watch all the games at once. That'd be lovely.
I know. I'm going to be watching, obviously, the Paolo Banchero stuff. I think is super interesting, and I believe they're playing early, so that will be
first game,
early in the block, and then Reed, I believe, will have a midday or mid-game start or mid-slate start. So I want to watch, and it's great. I get to watch Reed Shepherd. I watch him attempt to drive into the paint and see Wemby and go this way, and but any game with Wemby in it, I will watch it. I don't care. Like, you just tell me, I will be there. The Atlanta stuff is absolutely on my list as well, so they'll get a screen. And then this Dallas-Memphis game is actually really interesting. It's like, what's going to break first? Dallas's spirit or Memphis's spirit? And that was one of the FanDuel lines I liked. I don't know, I had it in the chat, but I believe it's something around +4 for Dallas, and I would like to take that. Plus 152 on the money line and something on the spread. We'll have that in 2 seconds here. So I like Dallas in this one. I just think they're the more desperate team, and Memphis, I think, is just kind of waiting for Ja to figure out what he wants to do.
That's an interesting game.
It's brutal stuff there. It's in Memphis, so Dallas is getting the 4 points there. So we will see on that. And then on Atlanta, I was a little bit vague there. I really, aside from Dyson Daniels, I do think this is the massive buy low for him. I want to see Nickeil Alexander-Walker finally cash in on all of this opportunity that's been sent his way. It's coming, and it's going to be there. It just hasn't happened yet without Trey, and I want to see that. Interested to see Kristaps Porzingis actually, what he does, like on a day-to-day going forward, if he can maybe just become that super version of himself that we've seen at the top 20. Kristaps Porzingis to put up with all the games off and all of the risk and all of the things. Onyeka Okongwu obviously will be in a great spot to produce there, as well as really just the entire core. And Risa Shea, he's a guy that unfortunately the stat set's not great, but he is really good. And that's all I have there. Utah will probably be my slop of the night. Do they play early or late? They play in the middle. I'll watch Golden State.
Yeah, it's the Minnesota game.
I'll watch Golden State and Oklahoma City, the Zach, because of the betting rooting interest. I also like the Spurs +4. I like the Spurs +4 at home against Houston. That's
going to be a fun game to watch.
That really is the game right there.
Yeah, that's a fun game. It's on Prime too.
Yeah. Oh, is it on Prime?
Yeah, it's on Prime.
It's just one more thing for me to figure out.
Oh yeah. That's one of the ones I actually have. Surprised you know.
Oh, you do? Okay. I gotta just like figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for this game. They freaking got me. They got me. Damn you, streaming. That's gonna do it for today's show. Tim, this is freaking awesome, man.
Man, blast.
So, since I have to pay Doc a burrito because he got the bet right yesterday. Maybe I'm gonna send him a burrito with something in it, and then you can join the show more often. I'm going to send him a burrito that's got something that'll keep him out for Monday's show. And we'll see if you could come in on Monday's show. That's mean. I'm not going to do that. But no, it's been great. It's been great. You're going to do the box score breakdown tonight.
Oh, yes. You guys get me for the 11-game slate. A bunch of madness.
You guys are busy tonight.
Yeah. This is going to be a blast. I love doing the big slates on a Friday night. We're having a blast. You know, I'm excited. Wrap up a good week of basketball. So I'm excited to see you guys. And also shout out Will Harris, who does it on the other days that you don't see me. And he is an absolute gem. Looking forward to seeing you guys later on today.
You guys are holding it down. It's so great. The lineup we got, the coverage we got. It's, you know, before the games, after the games, everything's so rooted in hard work, and you guys are doing your blurb work, and everybody's just like doing the thing, man. And I love it. Go check out the cheat sheet, guys. Speaking of the work, we're distilling all of this work that we do here for members, subscribers into and easy to read. I mean, this thing is just pristine. It's like, you want just the straight dope, go get the straight dope right in one spot, and it's all just laid out like a scouting report that gets handed to a player. You know, you're on the plane and you just go, oh, who am I playing tomorrow? Oh, I got to cover that guy, this guy, and that guy. But it's fantasy basketball. So check that out. Make sure you guys, if you're watching on Twitter, to get over to the YouTube channel. Basically, all of these platforms, they're different contents going out to different places. So get to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up so it shows up in your algorithm and all that good stuff. And make sure you're following at Ethos Fantasy NBA. Follow Tim, follow myself, follow Bill. What does he go by, Bill or William?
I think it's William is Bill.
Yeah, he always throws me off.
Yeah, I actually don't know which one it is either.
Me too. Will you ask him tonight?
Yeah, I will
report back to the group.
Got you.
Thank you guys for supporting us, watching, listening. All of your tweets, all of that stuff is great, and it keeps the engine going here. I think I've covered all of the stuff to talk about here, so I'm going to get us out of here. This has been Fantasy NBA Today, on a Sports Ethos presentation presented by FanDuel. Make sure you tune in tonight for the box score breakdown, and then I will be back tomorrow for the week ahead, and we'll see you then.
See you later.